What's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you a new series called the Paz Meta Review. In the future, it's going to be called the Paz Monday Meta Review, but we're coming out with this video out on Friday because the experimental card just came out. So without further ado, make sure that you like and subscribe, and let's roll in that intro. Let's go. Okay. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make a meta prediction. All right. I'm making meta predictions on what I think the meta is going to shift to. That's what this video is going to be. I'm going to make predictions of what the meta is going to shift to with these new changes. And if you need the new changes, the experimental stuff, down below. I'll try to put a link down there. Okay. And I'm just going to go right into it, alright? Alright! We're going to reset. Because I don't want to have to record this after. What I'm doing... Okay. Alright, so what I'm doing, guys, is I'm figuring out what my predictions are for next meta. In terms of the new patch notes that I'll put down, link in the description. Alright. Now that we're going to restart this because we already tried once. Alright. Main tank first because of main tank diff. Rein. I'm really confident that Rein's gonna be really good. Orisa. I think I'm gonna put Orisa and Sig in C tier. The problem is like, how much of a difference is it really going to make with that 6 shield nerf? Or is it going to go back to spam? I'm going to put him up to B tier because I'm not sure. B tier is probably going to be like my unsure. But I think that Rein Diva is going to make a comeback. I think it is. I think that now that Orisa and Sig aren't as powerful, I think that Rush Comps can definitely make a comeback. And I think that Monkey Bubble... Like Monkey, I think that these 4 tanks are just gonna get some more love. I'm hopeful. Now all these are just predictions, so I really don't know. And with the Hog buffs, the problem with Hog buffs, guys, and why I think I'm gonna put him in B tier, and possibly actually put Orisa C tier, because she's not gonna be good on her own. And with Sig, she's not even going to be that great anymore. The thing with Hog is that Hog kind of relies on, at least with pull hook, on Orisa being able to get those big pulls from above the shield. And now that the radius is reduced, I don't know, because I haven't tried yet. I haven't tried the new experimental because I really should have done that before I did this list. But this is just predictions beforehand. I just don't think that Orisa can pull above shields that much anymore. She's more skilled pulls. I don't know. Her pull's kind of like her whole kit. It's like a mini grav. And now it just moves faster, but doesn't suck as far. So I just don't think Orisa's going to be as good. I still think Sig can be run with Rein if you're like an absolute nutcase at Sig, but I just think these characters can get more. I think Hog will get a little bit more love, but he's not quite A tier. I think Ball is a B tier. I think Ball's a B tier. Yeah, for sure. Because, like, Ball is still good with dive, and he can still be run with the Hog and Ball Torture. Because Hog and Ball Torture, people sleep on that comp, but it's actually really good. It's actually really good, at least in ladder. S tier is like what I'm thinking, like, the normal teams are going to be running. Okay, but now that I have an idea of what I hope the meta will be, then now I can look at this. I think I'm going to put Moira... Well, here. What am I thinking? Like, Pharah got a buff. I just don't think it's substantial. There aren't really any DPS characters that are really, really good. Genji kind of bad now. Genji's D tier now because literally the only thing that made him viable was the fact that he could pull, after a pull, he could dash through it. But now, like, the pull is so much harder to get value out of that I just don't think he's good. I mean, you could argue that you could run him in dive, so maybe we put him in C tier. Maybe we put him in C tier. Yeah, I'm gonna do DPS next, probably. All right, Soldier 76, C tier, C tier. You can run him in dive. He'll be good in dive. That's just why I'm thinking. I just don't think that's gonna be the dive comp of choice. Torbjorn. Torbjorn's was always solid, but actually, might put him lower end C tier because he really thrives with that double shield. And now the double shield might be getting just kind of disowned a little bit. They're just not as good. Like, maybe. Reaper, A tier. Reaper's definitely A tier. With new rush comps being big, I don't think Reaper's like, I'll give Reaper top B tier, like B plus, because he's very situational in maps. Yeah. Kree I'll give A tier. Kree's just always good into Brawl. Possible S tier, actually, just the stun. Because if I'm really thinking here, and Brawl's just going to be like the best thing on a lot of maps. Wait, left side is top tier of each rank? Oh, my fault. Let's switch this shit around. I didn't know that. S tier is just, I think that's just collective. Just S tier. I don't really think I need to be putting anything until the end. I'll switch it. I'm sorry, I've never done a tier list before. Mei, A tier. Situational. No. S tier. Didn't they nerf Mei? Didn't they nerf Mei a while ago? And I'm forgetting these nerfs because I haven't played with her in so long. I thought they nerfed Wall. Maybe teams won't love her as much. I'll put her like top A tier. Wall weaker, 120 ammo? Yeah, no. Let's put her lower end A tier. She won't be as much of an abomination as before. Pharah, I want to put Pharah right in between Hog and Ball. You might see her in some dive comps. 10 bullet per secondary fire? Yeah, but she can't freeze as hard. I think she's solid just for what she provides with the team still, but just not an S tier. Yeah, Pharah's like her new movement speed. I think that makes her a better dive character. Dive, I just don't think gets run on every map. Again, we have to see. Doomfist? Doomfist, like, I just think he's gonna be really good. He's just really good in hard brawl. I think I'll put him in like lower end this. Because, like, Doom and Reaper are, like, the comp. What do you mean, how long? Like, how long am I shooting? Probably like half an hour more. Junk? I'll put Junk, like, next to Pharah. I think if you're a good Junk, you can make it work. But with spam kind of leaving, it's hard. I just don't... I mean, Junk will be good on Control Center. Like, this is all, like, situational stuff. Tracer, great with dive. 6-man specifically, I think she's always going to be good. Maybe with Brig leaving, she'll be better. That's kind of what my take on it is. Echo, I'm going to put with Reaper. She doesn't get armor pack anymore. Actually, I'll put Echo probably with Pharah. She doesn't get armor pack anymore, and the Zen Orb Zen Brig isn't going to be good anymore. Because Brig's just kind of... I mean, this is all saying that Brig is dead. Like, if Brig's not dead, and Brig is still, like, decent, then, like, maybe? I guess Brig will still be decent in dive. But she's just... It's not good for Brawl, or the Brawl anymore. It's just not. So maybe it's Dive. Maybe Zenbrig Dive makes a comeback with Pharah. I don't know. Maybe Pharmacy dives. Because Pharah's big now. I don't know. Those are predictions. Ashe bottom of the pack B tier. Like, with Brawl and stuff coming out, she's just not as good as Kree. And she was a lot of it was just like big pulls, big dynamites, big damage. Sombra, very situational. I put her with Echo. I put her with Echo here. 6-man dive's really strong. Very, very strong. On specific maps, but that's specific maps. Symmetra, yeah, C tier. If you're good at Sim, go ahead. I just don't think she's very situational. Maybe I put her top of C tier. Same with Junk. Top of C tier. They're just very situational. And why would I ever put Ashe B tier? Put Ashe below Soldier. Yeah, below Soldier. Soldier. Like, these are situational picks. And like very odd situational picks. Actually, I'm gonna change my mind. I think I'm gonna put Soldier up here because Soldier and Dive might be really good. Like a Soldier Tracer Dive I've seen used a lot. It's really good. Bastion. Yeah. Like the only people that are gonna be running Bastion are avoided. Double Shield's bad. Bastion's D tier. Yeah, Sim's extremely situational. No, she's good on Lijiang. She's still playable into Brawl. It's just difficult to get value out of her. I mean, we could find another double sniper meta. We could find another double sniper meta with Dive on a Mercy to counteract the Pharah. But it's all situational. I think I put Widow is just like so good. Like I just want to put her like top of the pack. Like Widow just is crazy stupid and broken with headshots. But now the double like it depends. It all depends on what the tanks happen. Like I really don't know. I'm basing my predictions off of this, so I'm gonna put Widow ahead of Ekka. I'm gonna put Widow in front of Soldier. I mean, like, Widow, if you create space, she's always going to be good with double, like, that. It's situational, but I think she's a little bit more usable just because of how she works. Hanzo I put behind Pharah. Like, again, if you're good enough at Hanzo, you can just carry. Same thing with team play. You can just carry at lower team play ranks. So, like, he's not as niche. Like, Junkrat, a little bit like really niche, unless you're like a god at Junkrat, like literal like Aquamarine god at Junkrat. Ashe, same thing, like Dynamite gods, like you have to be a god. Genji, you literally have to be a god. Like maybe Genji and Dive is going to be really good, but I think with the nerfs, like I think he just gets outclassed by like a Tracer Sombra or like a Pharmacy Dive or like a Soldier Dive. But Tracer is like always seen in those comps, so like I'm putting Tracer at A tier, and Doom Reap is also like a comp that's very good that might be run. That I'm thinking might be run. Now this is all based off of Brig just not being good. Like, this Brig not seeing value. Brig's always gonna have value, so I think I'm gonna put her next to Sig. I really like Brig could still be running Brawl with Ana, like it could. Well, we'll do Brig last. We'll do Brig last because there's a lot that goes into it. Alright, assuming that Rush and like Dive is gonna be really good, I'm putting Moira into top of A tier. Now I can't really say which support's gonna be meta because it all depends on what people really think is the best. And I'm also probably gonna pull Kree down. I don't think Kree is gonna be a must pick. I'm saying S is like, this is the best tank comp. And assuming that it's the best tank comp, you would run Kree. I think I'm going to put Kree in front of Mei. No. We need to make some changes here. I think Rush is going to be really good. Yeah, I think this is just indicating like, hey, Rush is going to be pretty good. I'm not certain about these DPS. And DPS just don't have enough of an impact to really make them S tier. And I just think that Yeah, I've explained everything so far. Zen is a weird pick. I think I put Zen top of B tier. The only way that Zen is going to get a lot of value is if you're running a dive with Zen Brig. But at that point, yeah, no, I think I still put him here because I'm going to put the other supports in A tier. Lucio with Rush. Do I really think Rush is going to be great? Then I put Lucio there. If I really don't think... there, I put Lucio there. So that's just saying that, like, Rush just might be it. But at that point, is a Rush meta with Zarya, or is it with D.Va? I usually run it with... It depends. That's the thing. It depends. It all depends on, like, what the tanks are. But this is just what I'm... Yeah, okay. You understand, that's what I'm saying. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit. We lost some of the characters. Whoa. We're still good. D.Va and Scrim, Zarya and ranked? Yeah, possibly. I think with D.Va's new movement buffs, I think that with Rush, she'll be good. That's why I'm saying she's S tier, because she's just good. Zarya and ranked, yeah. You could argue anything. BAP? Yeah, the thing is with BAP is that... The thing with BAP is, like... I'm just going to put... Okay, here's the thing. You can't say if it's Rush that he's going to be better than Moira. Moira is just more survivability, more healing, more everything. With Ana... the thing with Ana is with a Rein D.Va, like, I feel like Ana with antis just gets more value. I think that BAP just kind of dwindles here. Because the main thing of BAP was, like, the AoE heals that he provided with Brig was just too much. To the point where I feel like BAP can be balanced at this point now. And I think I'm going to put BAP, like, middle of everything. Like, I think he's balanced now to an extent. Now that Brig is not going to give him the AoE heals that he really needs. But this could be a pick, like, BAP Lucio with, like, a slower Brawl. Or, like, I just think that the meta is shifting away from him. And I really don't see BAP Zen being a thing if Orisa and Sig just aren't going to be run together. I just don't see it. I think the way that Zen's going to be played is with Zen Brig. Because I think Brig still provides that stun and survivability with Zen in dive to the point where it's still, like, they're good. Brig is just not as must pick, if that makes sense. Mercy, I think I put right next to Pharah. The only way Mercy's going to get run is if Mercy is paired with Pharah and dive. And with the new Pharah buffs, we will have to see. I really don't think that's going to be the outcome. I think that 6-man still is going to beat Pharmercy comps every time. Which is why I put Sombra ahead of Pharah and Mercy. Brigitte. Brigitte is extremely situational. Maybe I should put Zen and Brig. I think Zen and Brig are going to get a lot of playtime with Dive, but they're not, like, good supports outside of Dive, so we put them in B tier. Now, look, I'm an Ana main. Everyone knows I'm an Ana main. Man. Like, guys, here's the thing. Ana will be good, right? She'll be good. But will she ever be the best? Here's the problem. If Rush Comp comes back, Ana will not be as good as Moira. If Dive comes back, Zen Brig is looking pretty good. Zen Brig's looking pretty good. As of right now. Because the stun didn't change. The peel didn't change for Zen. But since Ana in ladder and with a slower Brawl comp, like if we remember before with Ana Brig and Brawl, but now that's like not as good. I just think Ana's versatility in ranked will be good. She's definitely going to be climbable. The only way Ana comes back is if you run like weird shit. Not really though. Like, if Rush Comp comes back, Ana's not gonna be as good as Moira. In ladder, she'll be good. Ana can be run with dives, but I think that Moira, Lucio. Yeah, I just think, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. Like, in almost every situation, like, Rush and 6-man dive, like, Moira Lucio is just always going to be, like, they're going to be solid picks. Like, 90% of the time, they're going to be meta, and I think that's what's going to make them S tier. And Ana, while she can get comfort picks, if I'm predicting that it's going to be a rush meta, like hard rush, and that's because you can't run a Kree Brig anymore, you'll just get run through because you won't have enough sustain because Brig doesn't get as much with the Inspire. It used to be Kree May. Is Kree May Brig going to be enough to stop a Doom May or a Doom Reap? Or a Reap May? Like, any of these three characters together, like a Doom Reap, a Reap May, not a May Doom. That's not really that good. Like, are any of those, is it really gonna be able to stop that? And you know, now that I'm thinking about it, like, this is just like, they're gonna be good in ladder. They're still like solid picks, but at the highest level of play, are they going to be really solid? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that hard rush is just going to beat these characters to the ground. And to the point of, like, I might put Zen there and put Kree and Ana down here. I think this is good. I think this is good. Actually, let's put that there. Because these are all situational. Because on most maps, on these maps of situation, like, I think dive is still good, double bubble is still good, but I just think rush is just going to be better. Can you really dive a rush with Moira Lucio, Reaper May? Can you really dive that? I think that's why I'm not putting it A tier. You can dive it on some maps, but on other maps, you disagree. You agree with everything except for Ashe. I just, like, Ashe is good against dive, but, like, against hard rush, she just fails. Like, Ashe, if you hit big dynamites against dive, sure, but now that, like, D.Va's there and, like, Sig is in as, I just don't know. Like, on paper, I think Ashe is good, but I don't know. I feel kind of bad for not putting a whole lot of characters in V tier, but, like, I don't think there's a lot of characters that get absolutely no value. I mean, like, yeah, I think I'm looking at this list. While it's not concrete, and I could be completely wrong, I feel pretty good about this. This is kind of my predictions, and almost all the time, like, a new meta comes out when there's new stuff. It almost never goes back to what it was before, at least to my knowledge. But people have been playing the same stuff for a while now, just not as much on specific maps. Like 6-man dive is always going to be played on what? Lijiang Gardens, I think it's called. Yeah, Lijiang Gardens, it's always going to be 6-man dive. You could argue Pharah now, the pharmacy might be a little stronger, but 6-man dive just shits on pharmacy. I don't know if that changes on anything, but, like, people will run the same stuff that works on specific maps, like, really well. But I think that the majority of things that are going to happen, I think this is just it's going to come down to. I think that Brig just might, I don't know, but I just think that Brig doesn't give enough sustain to argue that you're gonna play her in Brawl anymore. I just don't think so, and that's just not gonna make Ana as good either, because Ana just is all about the nades, and I just think with D.Va too, with her D.Va, especially with her movement speed while she's shooting, she's just so much more tempo, But yeah, that's what I got. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below. And I stream every weekday from 12 to 4 EST. I will upload this to Twitter, Hot Take. We'll see if people actually agree. And yeah, until next time, peace out, pass out. Please watch the YouTube content again. I'll see you in the next one. All right, let's roll the outro. Boom.